What is the significance for you attending this event, this Congress?
For me, it's personal and rather individual. Many years after he was gone, my grandfather, on whose lap I learned Aleph Bet in America, turned out to be a delegate to the 4th Zionist Congress in London in the year 1900. If he ever knew that a grandchild of his was here in Yerushalayim at the 36th Zionist Congress, when he's a delegate also, he'd be dancing up there with all of his friends in paradise and poking them in the ribs and saying, hey, you see, I was there. He could have never dreamt that this is what would have come of Zionism and Eretz Yisrael in Yerushalayim.
So really, let's relate to both. 32 conferences, 32 congresses later, what's the difference? What are we dealing with now? What did we deal with then? How do you see the progress of 32 congresses later?
Paradoxically, we may be dealing with some of the same core gut problems. Then they wanted to be a nation with a state, Herzl's dream, which we are celebrating now, 150 years later, that we normalize in the world. Nihiyeh kekol hagoyim, let's be like everyone else. And it turns out that we are like everyone else, better than so many others, tops in all kinds of things, but still not accepted, delegitimized. It's a fight that we have to contain and maintain the way they had to fight, and the way Herzl fought and gave the last 9 years of his young life. It's going to be a fight. Anti-Semitism across the world in this globalized era is more virulent than ever before. And this Congress comes to say we've got to pass on to the next generation that it's a fight, and we have got to be warriors in that fight.
You're mentioning an interesting quote or an interesting phrase, being like all the other nations, kechol ha'amim. Maybe here, as an observant Jew, as a rabbi, do you feel that you have to also sometimes remind people, maybe even in gatherings like this, we must be like other nations on the practical level, but warn them from being like other nations, generally speaking?
We have to have and maintain a unique ideology. That is the Segulat Yisrael. And we've got to show the world, whether it's in technology or in medicine or in law, international law, that we're just like everyone else, but there is a unique quality, and that is not duplicated anywhere else.
In terms of the world of Torah, do you feel that a gathering like this is a place where you can promote the understanding what Judaism is, that it's not just a gathering of people who came from the same descendant?
Ein Torah keTorat Eretz Yisrael is what Chazal says. And the people here, whether they are Torah-oriented or not, they feel it in some which way, some personal way, that here it's different. And thank God there are so many kippot that are walking around, and we interact. The beautiful thing is that when we are here, we talk to one another. It doesn't matter who you are. Mi ka'amcha Yisrael. It's one nation, and we're here to talk to one another. There is no doubt in my mind that Torah rubs off a little more here, a little more there. And this is the beauty of the Zionist Congress, in my estimation.